So this time we are reviewing iMeow. Have the stats up here. I just wanted to check beforehand. So I need to change these real quick and then I'll be on. So we're doing iMeow, which is a bronze. Oh god. I'll just do this. Bronze. And MMR is 165. So definitely one of the lower rated MMR players, but that's okay. I have a feeling this gameplay will probably be quite different to what I'm used to, so I'll have to try and like adapt to the way they play. But yeah. Cool. I'll just wait until iMeow's in here and then we'll go. I need to get my chat up too. Bear with me. Alright, cool, my chat's up now. Alright, you're here, cool. Good thing I checked on my OBS, otherwise I wouldn't have seen your message. So you're here, we good to go? We're good to go? I'll probably just go. Alright. Yeah, so I guess we just go. Right off the bat, I actually like the fact that you you play with game sound off, but leave the other audios on, because it means you can focus more, which is always good. Right off the bat, I just noticed you missed this box. You probably know this. I don't need to point it out to you, but yeah. Okay. Alright, you got this box, and you got a golden. Alright, so I'm interested. I can't speak. Interested to see how you'll use the golden, because I think in this tier you don't have to know gap and stuff like that. But I'm interested to see how you do it. So you're going for gap. Okay, nice. Good job. Good job. That's perfect golden usage. Really good. So now you just want to try and maintain your front run. Really, that's pretty much what it comes down to. Ooh yeah, that was a bit scary. Yeah. So these MG physics, they're just kind of buggy. You didn't even do anything wrong here, really. This is just MG being weird. I really don't like the physics of MG. Yo, Theo, what's up, man? Unlucky blue, but timed well, so you're not blued off. Yeah. So at that section, you want to go more to the left. Yeah. Actually, good. What's the word? Good. I can't speak. You did good to like not let the PAL kill you. Good job. So right now, 4th is a risky position because you can always pull TCs, but you pull a shroom, which is good. Ooh, redded. Can't really do anything about that. I think at this point you might want to use your shroom just to immediately speed up, because I think chances are there's probably going to be a shock, right? I could be wrong, but normally lap 3 of MG there's normally always a shock around this point. But we'll see. Oh, Alright, so there was a shock. You didn't get TS. That's perfect. Looks like you're going to get 5th, right? Oh, almost yoinked 4th. Right, 5th. So, yeah, good race. Yeah, so I noticed you did shroom. Oh, this was actually really good shroom usage. Yeah, perfect. Because you shroomed here to like get the extra boost, and because you did that, you didn't get TS. So good job. Yeah, good job. For the most part, you drove this fine, pretty much. There were like a small few mistakes, but you know, other than that, it's good. So this is FFA, so I don't need to worry about teammates. But yeah, MG is basically one big gamble. You're right. So that's why MG is bad. Yo, man, what's up, Bab? Oh, right. You know he has red, so you have to go wide. Yeah. So GV2 is one of those tracks where you really want to try and stay up the front if you can, because this track is so heavily front run based, and if there's a shock, it's always right at the end. So probably hold this shroom, do the shortcut. Oh, scary bomb. Careful of his green, be careful of his green. Shroom. No, hold it. You probably want to use the shroom, get out of 4th, and get in front of these two if you can. Okay, so because this pack is so weirdly spread out, it's actually not really a big deal that you didn't use your shroom because you still had a break. Can you even make this? Oh yeah, so this is just a basic mistake here. You really don't want to be holding your... you really don't want to be going for cut here when you're small. Yeah, that's basically... Yeah, so it's not really that bad because like now you know what I mean? Now you know. And you even got 10th. Nice. So RPG, I think you really want to hover around the front. What was that? What the hell? Yeah, so you want to hover around for an item, get an item, pull a golden, good, use it straight away. Golden and get to the front, and then just try and run. Go for the box, or golden didn't run out. Okay, that's fine. Playing it safe, yep, be careful, yep. So you see you're stranding a green, be careful, go wide. Yep, good job. Maybe you could go for a snipe, but you really don't need to. There's a blue already, that's why. So at this point, you probably have a choice, right? It's going to pause. So here you have a choice. Have a shroom first. Do you take cut or do you hold it? I think it's kind of a hard one to judge, right? I would probably use the shroom to break away. But yeah, so you opt to hold it, which is a respectable choice in case of a blue. I would probably use it to break away so that I get away even further, because there's already a split here. See, there's already a split. But I feel like your choice to hold is also like a fine choice, because yeah, see, so here's the risk that you do this. So in holding your shroom, you're able to dodge a blue, but if a power also comes, it kind of makes holding it meaningless because you drop it. Good maneuvering to not let the power cock you. Yeah, so there's the blue. Can't really do much about that. That's just unfortunate. Because of the power, you're just guaranteed to get blued. Yeah, good job going on the brakes. So here it's kind of an awkward situation because you're too far forward to stop to bag. Like, that isn't the play, but it's also risky in the sense that 4th place box you aren't guaranteed good. You can pull a TC or something useless. See, best case scenario here, you pull Mega or Shrooms. So let's see what happens. Okay, so yeah, so it's not the worst, it's not really the best. Probably just hold these, just try to back people behind you. I think you could have avoided this POW if you drifted a little bit earlier. You could have maybe hopped and avoided the POW, because this POW was timed really badly for you. But it didn't affect you too badly. Bomb, not really helpful. Maybe you could have held on to it, but I can see why you wanted to use it. And this is timed really, unfortunately. Because the shot previously came, I feel like you could have pressured those behind you a little bit more. So yeah, so I feel like to start with, you maybe shouldn't have been gambling your items here so much in 5th, because you're not guaranteed a good item in 5th here, right? Which this tells you. So you're kind of chaining your items here when you don't need to, and as a result of this TC, I feel like you could have pressured those behind you, because you kind of get baited by the shroom, right? Then you don't actually get the shroom, and then by this point you're still kind of driving. You're in a limbo where these guys are too far ahead, the guys behind you are too far behind, so you're just guaranteed TC'd. I feel like you also could have stopped at this set here, because these guys are very close to you. Yeah. So pull the shroom music straight away. I think that's the best bet because you're small. But yeah. So because you're small from TC, you basically can't do anything, and you're getting 9th. Was that 8th? 9th. Okay. So yeah, I think your small few passage of misplays here were going for a lot of boxes here. So you go for a box here, a bomb, spam it, then another box TC, and then another small mistake here, not trying to pass your shroom, not trying to pass your TC, sorry, because you got kind of baited by the shroom. And then final mistake here, not stopping at this box here, because I think, like, because you're getting 10th here, I think it was worth your time to wait at the last set, try to get a bit lucky with the golden or something, because obviously you're not guaranteed like a golden, but I think it's worth that risk since you're already getting like a 9th or 10th here. Ooh, MT, alright. So I think you could have hopped into cut here first, because just like a little rule of thumb, when you start in these spots here, so 3rd, 6th, 9th, 3, 6, 9, because you're all the way to the far right, you can probably just hop in the cut, to be honest. And what happens is you get a good box in a smaller position, which you can use to catch up. But you choose to just run, which is fair. And that fib hits like 4 people. Okay. What? That fib hits like 4 people. What the hell? So you're actually positioned very well right now. 3rd place on a strong running track. Just be careful of these guys' backs, and you should be good. So one of them is already out of the count because he got willy bumped, I think. So now you just have to be careful of this guy's green. You're also going to want to get a box as soon as possible as well to protect yourself. Ooh, that was risky there. Actually, that was risky here. You went right into his line, didn't do anything to avoid this. He could have definitely backed you earlier. Because he threw his green so late, you kind of got lucky that the green avoided you. So I think for next time, when you're in this position, you have no item, he's trading the green, he has the power, so you have to kind of, you just have to be really passive around this guy, so he doesn't back you. Careful of his Nana. You're driving this well though, in top 2. Nice snipe, unfortunate, nice snipe though. So yeah, maybe a little bit greedy with the snipe, but I respect the job to try and do it. So because you snipe him and he drops a banana, your front presence is cut a little bit now because everyone else is closer. But you're still in third. So I think your bet here is to drop these nanas and shroom here to get into first. Although this does come with the risk of getting blued, obviously, but this is just kind of unfortunate. This has happened to me a few times, you know, and I'm gold 2, so yeah. You could have, since you were in this angle, you could have gone for this leaf pile here. This drops a star sometimes. You could have gone for this and drop a star. Yeah, so you tend to go for these bait shrooms a lot. I think you should be a bit wary of this. Yeah, so the shroom drops here. You really don't want to go for this, to be honest. It's kind of way out of line. And just by getting it, do you see like you run into the wall? Yeah, so try not to fall for the bait shrooms because they might harm you more than they help you. You want to go for the box? Don't get it, that's kind of unfortunate. Because you were slow here, purely because you were slow, I feel like you should have been able to get these. But obviously it's unfortunate that these middle boxes here are taken. So yeah, that's just kind of bad timing. But your race isn't done here though, like your race isn't done by a long shot. See, the pack is kind of weird because this guy here is really far behind. He probably has shock. So you're going to want to get a dodge if possible, but you're in 7th, which is this really bad limbo position. Because you don't really know what you're going to get. Because chances are, I think you're more likely to get bad than good. Do you see what I mean? Like you're just chaining reds and 6. These aren't that good. Ooh, unlucky bomb. I don't think you can do anything about this. No, you can't do anything about this. That's just unlucky. So you really want to get a box here. You get the box, good. Unfortunate item. Ooh. So I think here it's absolutely essential you get the box here. The box on the ramp here. You need one of these. Yeah, that sucks because now you're in 11th, right at the end of the race with no item. This kind of sucks. 2 people fell off. And also there hasn't been a shock yet, has there? Shockless race. Alright, so you get 8th. Just as a final thing to say, I think you used these shrooms a bit too late. You could have started shrooming now. And these shrooms would have got you to the end quicker. Maybe could have, like in the future, this can help you like secure a spot, for example. So this usage wasn't bad, just a little bit too late. What did you score for the GP? You scored 16. Okay, so kind of on the lower end, but that's okay. And yeah, mine exactly. Mid spot items and Mogi is usually the worst because you're very unlikely to get a good item unless you're lucky. And you don't want to rely on luck and lounge. I know that's like an ironic thing to say, like you don't want to rely on luck and lounge because lounge is luck. But my point is, like when you're in these mid spots, it's just really unfavourable. You'd rather put fate in your own hands than the game's hands. You know what I mean? So you'd rather put fate in your hands by like running. And then if you get blued, that's just unlucky, and stuff like that. When you rely on items in like 6th and 7th, you're relying on the game to give you the goods, and that's just not cool. High risk for low reward, basically, yeah, pretty much. Oh, nice pull. Yeah, so you're on a tech heavy track here. You just really want to run this because these kind of tech heavy tracks with like the sand top ball glitch. Obviously in tier 1 you don't need to do these. But even just having slightly above average lines, it can get you so far in tier 1. Like honest to God, just by having semi-decent lines, it can get you so far. This is an unfortunate TC pass. I don't know how this got past you. He is nowhere near you, and he still gets past. That's just unlucky. So yeah, so I just want to just review this back. So you were, so you were 5th. It looks like a lot of people are doing Ultra too, which I'm surprised in Tier 1 actually, but yeah. Yeah, so this TC gets past you out of nowhere, and your race is kind of flipped upside down a little bit straight away because like your frontal presence is completely gone now. You need to play around like Shock now. Shock and just catching up. Oh yeah, so that's kind of rough. Yeah, so pretty much just the way you hopped on these are wrong, but I think you know this. Yeah. I should have gone tight. Let me just go back real quick. Yeah, that's a fair point. So yeah, so Dino is right here. You probably should have gone tight here, because in 5th there's no real reason to go for a box, because yeah, just like unfavorable items, they appear a lot. So yeah, so that's another thing. Yeah. And like you said, you tricked too early on this ramp, but it's actually good that you recognize this. Good that you recognize this, because the less you do it, you'll be further ahead of those that continue to do it, which is good. Going for the box, good. Pull Bill, that sucks. Just use it, yeah. This is kind of a bad situation to be in. The game just didn't give you shock, so either someone is holding it or you just got very unlucky. I think someone may be holding it at this point, or someone here may have pulled it. Alright, so no one has it yet because these guys both just took cut. Ideally, you really want this box, I think. This box is very important. So I can see your idea, but I think you went about it the wrong way. You can go this way instead, like this way here, and you're more likely to get a box. So yeah, like this ramp is just kind of, yeah, it's in the wrong place. So yeah, that's unlucky. You're like, your race isn't over, you can still win this. Oh yeah, see another ramp here that really isn't that good. So yeah, so you're just you're hopping into the ramp at the wrong time. That's basically it. So you want one of these boxes here. Well, but people are stopping, so probably actually a good idea not to go for the box because people are stopping. Small error there. You don't really want to be doing that. So box in 8th, a really good box. What are you going to pull? Yeah, good. Right, use the shroom. Good. Okay, so I think 7th from this scenario was actually a very good outcome, because you had the small driving error right before the last set, which was very bad. You also didn't have a single box for most of lap 3, which is something. And also this stream usage right at the end was actually perfect. I feel like you don't need to trick off this ramp. It's actually slow to trick off this ramp, lap 3. But this shroom here helped you, so good job. Yep, not tricking off this, good. Shroom, and then shroom again. This was very good shroom usage. And this gave you 7th. So sometimes you need to kind of cut your losses and accept that 7th is a good result. Good draft, nice. So I feel like RDS is a track that you really want to try and dodge on. Like, it can be ran, but shock is so common that I prefer to play from the back. But you're opting to front run, which is okay. You're going to go for dock. Oh yeah, so this was a bit... Okay, you made it work, good job. Actually, very good recovery. So when I saw this, I could see what you were trying to do. You were trying to get your drift input and it didn't come. So I feel like this, I thought this was going to mess you up, but you actually recovered very well here. Yeah, so good back there, very good back. Nice snipe attempts. You want to get that trick there, but it doesn't matter too much. Also, nice pull in fourth. So at this point, you're kind of opting to go for the running presence. So you want to kind of hope that luck is on your side and there's no lap 2 shock, so that you can take the cut here with your shroom. Also, just be wary of this guy's back, because he'll probably back somewhere, unless he's holding a shroom as well. Yeah, so he's trailing a red here, so this is your sign to just be really careful. Yeah, so you go tight up the nana, good job. You're going wide as well, good job. Yep, good job. It's looking like you're able to take cut as well. Yeah. Alright, so far you've driven this race really well. Obviously, first on RDS is always a gamble. And that shock was really really not good for you. Purely because the situational timing really sucks. If this shock came a second earlier, that'd be great. Tier 1's all about running. That's fair. Yeah, that's probably a good point. Yeah. There is actually a fair point to make. Like, you can run basically any track in Tier 1 if you have the lens. All you have to do is just break away. So yeah, that's a good point. Backing your greens, good. Just be careful of this guy. So this scenario, I would not go for Doc here, because he's trailing a banana, and unless you know how to do like the spin drift area thing here, that's why. Yeah, so that's why. So I kind of personally opt to never go for Doc, so this doesn't happen. Lap 3 I don't go for Doc. Even in first I don't go for Doc, in case of TS. Yeah, so just for future reference, you don't want to do this unless you know how to do this thing here. I don't even know what they call it. You know, like the thing where you don't even go for this ledge here, you just go off the side. Yeah. So this is unfortunate, just a little mistake. Yeah, and this kind of sucks because you drove this so well, and one mistake is getting you last. So this is oh, never mind. Oh, unless. Okay. So again, 8th. You have to take your losses. This was a really good 8th. Also, I want to say, like, this race is like proof that you can run. If anything, like in Tier 1, you can definitely run with the top pack. So this is like definitely promising. You just have to make sure not to do this. So Moo, oh god, classic Tier 1. Honestly, I don't even have any kind of tips for this because a lock track in Tier 1, I don't even know. I'm just going to have to watch it play out. So immediately, good shroom pull. I would use one here and then another one here, because you want to break away. Since you pull a good item in a favourable spot, so you want to make the most of them, even if it's a lock track. I feel like. So shroom, yep. Right, so because you make a very small mistake here by running into the wall, you use another shroom, which isn't the end of the world, but I feel like you'd be in a much stronger position with 2 shrooms here, because yeah, so by this point you've lost all of your shrooms, which is fine because you're still in the top 4, right? But imagine if you were here with 2 shrooms, you could use a shroom here and have one in first, which is really powerful. But because you run into the wall here, you use a shroom, and then because you trick off at an angle, makes you run into the grass. Now you've lost all of your shrooms. So this is still like a winning scenario, but you've lost all of your shrooms, which isn't very good. Oh, another shot, another blue and fourth. Yeah, so here, I don't really need to spell it out for you, but another small driving mistake, which is going to be really costly. Like, I'm honestly telling you, just try to cut out these tiny mistakes, because these are the ones that are costing you a lot of points. Because, like, instead of being third with a tiny break, you're now what, 8th, 9th, starred and 11th, all because you ran into a tiny part of the grass, which isn't like, that's an unlucky pull. Like, you driving into the grass isn't you being bad. It's just kind of like a small lapse in judgment, a small lapse in concentration, maybe. Like this, yeah. So this got you 11th, which just sucks. Wait, I'm so dumb. It's not even lap 3. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so dumb. Why did I think that was lap 3? I really don't know. Alright, so this is a good pull. You want to hold this. Alright, use through here. Good job, yep. You really want to get a chain. Good job, get the chain, good job. Right, use it. Good job. Clutch it. Oh, right. So, this was still an unfortunate 8th, but your ending was near perfect. In the sense that you just are here, perfect. You could have held it, but I feel like holding it is just too late. Just going around here is just too late. You make sure to get the chain, which is perfect. Pull a golden, use it straight away. I think this item usage is completely fine. You did the most with what you had, which is a good job. Unfortunate to still get 8th, but yeah. But yeah, what Dino said, learning like the end of Moo is massive, because you don't want to be doing those mistakes. Like, pretty much tier 1 is just driving. Like, cutting out these small mistakes will give you a lot of points. Alright, good triple shrooms pull. A star would have been best, but this is still good. You can still work with this. Careful of this guy's mega. He's all over the place. Alright, so you want to shroom here. Ooh, okay, it's a bit rough, but it works. Yeah. So like you say it was a mistake, which is actually a really good thing, because like you acknowledge that it's a mistake, so you learn to not do it again. And trust me, when you learn to stop doing all these small things, you will improve really quickly. Also, thanks Dino. I enjoy doing this, to be honest. So I hope that people enjoy having them done. This was a really unlucky bomb. You cannot read this at all. This is just damn right unlucky. And starred, yeah. I mean, alright, so let's see. So you see the alert here. You could like maybe reverse, but I feel like this is kind of nitpicking, because yeah, you don't know where he's going to go in the star. That's unlucky. So this was like a chain of unfortunate events, all from the bomb. Triple shrooms again, nasty pull. You want to probably chain these here or here, I would say. Do you? Okay, so I feel like this is one of these times where you want to be going quick, right? Because you don't want to lose sight of the pack. So you don't want to be going up for these boxes if you're not trying to get them. So like, this is only a small thing, but you don't want to be losing time on the pack. And I feel like because these free shrooms aren't very helpful, you want to be chaining them to get something more. You want to get something better, right? Because these guys are really far behind. You know he is going to pull shock. Like, he is surely going to pull shock. So here you want to chain your shrooms. You want to get either a star or a golden. A star is good to dodge. and a golden is good to catch up. But because you hold these shrooms, like it's not a bad item, but you could just have better, right? Decent shroom usage, get into the box. More shrooms, that's good. You hit the box in 7th, which is a risk, but it paid off. Yeah, so again, right now, you're right in the middle, which is kind of weird, because now you can't really play around shock, because, unless you pull a mega, you can't play around shock because your chances of a dodge are very unlikely. And you're also too far behind to play the front running game. So you're kind of just playing in limo around the middle and hoping for the best. But you do pull shrooms, which is very good. Careful of the sky's greens. Go wide. Okay, good job. Get the draft, good. Oh yeah, this sucks. So, I didn't even notice you kept this draft. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard because I'm not sure if you intended for this draft, because you probably didn't intend for this, right? It just happened. So because you got a draft that you weren't expecting, the physics threw you off and you fell off. I feel like in this scenario, when you see this draft happening, it's best to go right, because otherwise this happens, right? Yeah, but it's just very unlucky because you got a draft in an unwanted place. Yeah, so here at respawn, this scenario, you really want this box. You really need this box. Don't get it. You also don't want to trick here either. I feel like you don't want to trick here. But you do get this box. That's the best chain you could have got. Get another box, good. Right, now hold this star. Use it right after this one. Okay, they were a bit overlapped, but I think it's fine. The reason you want to delay your stars as much as possible is because it gives you more time to dodge, basically. Alright, so no dodge. Cool, right. So pull a blue last set, not really helpful. Yeah, so this guy behind you is scaring you. It's unavoidable, but also unlucky, in the sense that you get bumped. Just trying to, yeah, I don't know, kind of in terms of like reactions at your level, it's kind of harder because you just aren't ready to predict this, because you can't. It's hard to predict someone bumping you from behind. So yeah, this is unlucky. Like it's avoidable, but also unlucky. So yeah. Alright, so another tier 1 luck track. Again, I can't really comment on what you should do. I'm just going to see how it plays out. Alright, so this is a really good pull. You want to shroom here? Yeah, unlucky. So I feel like when you pull such a powerful item as triple shrooms here, you really want to make use of them, even on a luck track. This also happened on what other track was it? There was like a luck track around here. I think it was GV2, right? Or one of these other tracks. I don't know. Either way, because even though it's a luck track, yo Alpha, thanks dude. Because even though it's a luck track, it's best to use these to your full effect. So because you don't use this right off the bat, redded, yeah, and that makes these kind of useless. You pulled such a good item at the start, but because you didn't use them, they're now kind of meh, you know. So you opt to drop back, which is actually the good play. I like this. So let's see. Yeah, so you pulled triple shrooms again in 12th, which is really unlucky. I would say just keep driving and drop the first set if you can. Yo, Dino, thanks dude. So here, this is kind of confusing because so you have these guys here that are running, these guys that are playing the dodging shock game, and again you're kind of in the middle, not really with a plan. So I'm just interested to see what you're going to do here, because on this track that's an unlucky green. It might be helping you though, because on this track you want to be either you want to be one of these two dudes, or you want to be having a shock or dodging, right? So so you get random green tier, which I think actually helps you, but you use your shroom, get a box in 8th or 7th. Blooper, really not helpful. I feel like you should have stopped it. You could / should have stopped here. Because look how close this is, dude. Look how close this back is. You can wait here. So let's see, get here. Right here. You can wait here. Let these guys pass you, and then you get a box in like 11 or 12. Oh, sorry, hang on a sec. Right. Yeah, so you don't wait, you go for the box immediately, and pull a blooper, really unfavourable. Small driving error again. But you can still win this race. Maybe not top 2, but definitely 3rd. You can still win this. You want to drop back here. Oh, that's some fault. What? That's really unlucky. So, right. So, you know this guy is getting this box, and you know that these guys are getting these boxes. So I can see why you tried to get the far box here. Because he gets hit into this box, which is really unlucky, and then you get greened. So go back for a box. Good job. This is unlucky, man. Yeah, this is just unlucky. Golden, the worst chain you could have got. You need this box. You need this box. Okay. Yeah, it's all just too late. Unfortunately, it's all just too late. Yeah. This was a lot of unlucky things happening. So yeah, so this is green. Basically, put a coffin, put you in your coffin. I think one thing I need to point out is that you use this golden way too late. When you're this far behind on MC3, you just need to use this as soon as possible. Just like straight away. But when you used it well, in the sense that you drove with it well, and you chained well. But yeah. Also, like, Bill lucky, but too late. Alright, WGM. This is twice I've seen WGM today. I don't normally see it, but... Yeah, Dino, pretty much, yeah. So, MC3 lap 1, not using your triple shrooms straight away. And then lap 2, after the green, using your shrooms straight away. Those were the two factors. So I think this is... Oh my god. So this is the point I'm trying to make, is that in Tier 1, it's a lot better to control your own fate than let the game control your fate. So my point is, when you really want to get your driving level to the point where you can comfortably front run in Tier 1, because then you're controlling your own fate with your own skill, and you're not relying on the game to give you the win. So you're not relying on dodging, and you're not relying on pulling the items you need, aka basically being at the back. Obviously this bump off, just really unlucky. You're actually in a good position here in 4th, but then you get straight away bumped off. You would have pulled a TC as well, regardless. So you don't get the startup boost, which isn't very good because you're falling further behind. You do pull shock here though, I remember this. So I feel like your best bet here, so just in this scenario, your best bet is either a lap 1, first set, lap 2, I can't speak, a first set, lap 2 shock, or here, or here. You don't want to use it lap 1, you don't want to use it like here, because it's way too early, it won't be effectful. But you want this to be effectful, but also beneficial. In the sense that you want it to help you, but you also don't want to use it too late. Like in this scenario, you're so far behind that using a lap 3 is just too late, I feel like. So I feel like your best bet is chaining here. So I'm interested to see how you're going to use the shock. So do you chain here? Okay, so you're still holding your shock. So maybe chain last set. I want to see you use this fairly soon, if possible. Right, so I feel like at this point you may be holding on this for too long. You're holding on this for too long. Because no matter how you use the shock, right? Okay, so this was a decent usage. Use the golden, use the golden, use the golden. So, yeah, so I feel like you held the shock way too long, because by the time you use the shock here, like top 4/top 5 are too far ahead. They have too much of a running impact on you to make the shock bad for them. So yeah, you're just too far behind, to be honest. Because you often hear people say that like you don't want to dodge other people, but the fact is, whenever you use shocks, you always want to like you want your shocks to favor you the most. So I feel like it doesn't matter if you dodge 2 or 3 people, as long as it helps you the most. And with that being said, I don't think you should hold off on like using your shock and stuff like that if you see other people. And yeah, this is all just unlucky. I'd say all these bombs and stuff is a result of you holding onto the shock too long. You're just kind of too far gone, I guess. So yeah, but yeah, you said in chat like you believe you held the shock too long, so it's good that you're aware of this, so you don't do it next time. Honey bop that guy, nice. So here I was actually going to say it might be a play to... Alright, so... Okay, so you pull Bill, so this makes it worth. I was going to say originally, at first it's a good bet to wait here because you're far behind, good bet to wait for Bill. And then you get bumped and miss the box, which was a bad combination of events. But then you made up for it by getting this box. So you made up for it with this, which is good. Could have avoided that, but not really a big deal. So here you just want to, your main objective here now is just staying in the pack. You just want to stay in the pack. Hold your Bill, stay safe, stay with the pack. There's no need to go for Shroomless as well if you're not comfortable. I don't know if Shroomless is a thing for you. Okay, so you're going for it. Okay, so very scuffed Shroomless, but it works. Okay, so I think at this point your process of thinking needs to start changing over to the shock, because you're holding Bill, which means that chances of a shock coming are really high, or like almost guaranteed, I'd say. So okay, this is interesting Bill usage. So that's actually so unlucky. So I was originally gonna say this is good and bad in some ways. So just from this point before any shock was coming, I want to say that One, was this build intentional, or did the box scare you? If this was intentional, then I like the fact that it was a different type of build usage. I like the fact that it gets you up to the front on a front heavy track, but I do feel like you used it very early. But then again, no matter how early you used it, you were literally frames away from dodging, which is really unlucky. So if you would dodge that shock, that would have been very impressive. But good job avoiding TC. Careful of his reds. Pull a mega, nice. So you wanted to use the build there, okay. Right, so I feel like your bet here is probably to hold the mega. You don't need to go for this box purely because even though megas aren't as good as stars, it's still a dodge. Right, so he used the bill in 7th, and if he uses it in 6th, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that sucks. The reason why I say hold this mega is because you see this guy, look how far behind he is, right? Chances are he's gonna pull shock either here or here. I think. I haven't actually paid attention to the timer, but I think it's around this point. Yeah, see what I mean? So by reading the minimap here, right? By reading this minimap, you know that this guy just fell off, which means that he needs to catch up as soon as he can. So he's going to pull shock either here or on one of these boxes, which is why you hold your mega. You hold your mega. Use your mega here. Use your mega here, so that he pulls shock here and changes it here. I think he actually pulls it there and spams it. So yeah, that's why I personally wouldn't have used your mega first set. Ooh, this is unlucky. You really want this box. This is just unlucky because I can see why you didn't go for this box. You think he's getting it, and this guy is so small, like you can barely even see him. That's unlucky. You go wide for the box. Okay. Well, it works out. Let's see what this gives you. 7th, alright. So I was originally thinking, I feel like you, by going here, this makes you go so slow. Because all of these other runners, right, they're on the green platform. So they're driving around this much faster than you. So I feel like this was, like, going for this box was a good idea, but you went about it the wrong way. But obviously it makes up with the bill. So you said the TC scared you. Let's see. I think I see what you mean, yeah. So okay, I see what you mean actually. I see what you mean. Actually, I respect that, yeah, I respect that. I feel like, yeah. I feel like in that scenario, because you were 11th, the TC shouldn't be that terrifying to you, purely because if you get TC'd, you're kind of going from 11th to 11th, right? But I see what you mean. I see what you mean in general. Also, last track, another tier 1 lock track. So, although I would point out, a track like this, track like LC, in tier 1, you can definitely front run this without a doubt, easy. So interesting to back these reds. You definitely could have threw them, because this guy in front of you is doing nothing. Pull more reds. I feel like if you're gonna back these reds, you need to make use of them, if anything, because you're kind of just half-heartedly backing them, right? Instead of kind of looking back. So you start looking back now, but not really with much meaning. You was kind of done at this point. Yeah, you weren't scoring too well. Yeah, that's understandable. Ooh. So again, there's this one random guy that's so far behind. So you need to expect that he is gonna just shock to catch up. So I think this is a bit early, but I still respect it. So I think ideally chaining the bigger here would have been best bet. Because these guys here, chances are one of them may have pulled it here and then want to chain it here. Okay, so that doesn't happen actually. So one of these guys, also this is a great pull, but it's LC, so it won't be great. So one of these guys must have shock, right? So the Daisy doesn't. Yeah, so this Funky, reading the map, I would assume this Funky has shock. So you could have played around him, but I think in live real time, this was probably quite hard to read. So I don't blame you. Maybe you could have like lobbed that bomb, you know what I mean? You know, like the hop through to make it go further. But it's not really that big of a deal. Also, you were maybe just too far out of reach as well. Get the box, so you don't get the box. Oh, you're getting redded as well. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that sucks. Right, so here's stable, and you got 11, right? So, yeah. So there wasn't a shock that whole race, which is really weird. So I feel like you have a choice with this bomb here, right? Either you want to hop lob this to really impact these guys here, or you want to throw this backwards to scare this guy who I think ended up redding you, right? Or it was like one of these guys, I don't know. The red was unfortunate. You may have been able to break it on one of these green pipes here, because it sounds like the green was far away. So like, you hear like, it's hard to explain, but you know how the warning gets closer and closer, like faster and faster as it gets closer. It sounded kind of far away, so you may have been able to avoid it. But yeah, that's unlucky. And that's the Mogi. So verdict, I feel like you really want to work on trying your best to avoid the small mistakes. A lot of the time the problems you cause are problems you give yourself, like just really small errors. Like tiny driving errors, like small driving into the wall, driving into the mud, stuff like that. But from what I saw, a lot of your item usage actually isn't that bad. So yeah, I feel like for tier 1, you really just try to focus on being at the front, because these are the kind of things I mean. Like you can go to the front. You do have frontal presence, and I think it's just maintaining that. So really, just try to focus more on stopping the silly mistakes, and I think you'll go far, because your item usage isn't bad, and when you get to the front, you can stay at the front, which is really good. Also, hi Theo, we just finished watching iMeow's Mogi. So yeah, like clearly you know how to like back as well. You know how to back in optimal places, like do shortcuts. So you have game knowledge, and like I can confidently say now, I think you're better than 125 MMR, like definitely. Like you're way better than this. So yeah, I don't really have like a final closing line, but yeah, I'd say I think you have potential. Just try to clean up your driving a little bit, and I promise it will go a long way. One thing I want to say, tracks like DDR, I just want to prove something, right? DDR, I want to see the end of DDR. So So these are the guys here. These are the ones that know how to drive DDR. So just by TTing DDR for like 1 hour, you will be able to get to this lead just by general driving. You probably don't even have to learn Sandhop and Wall Glitch at this level. So you'd Wall Glitch and hit a Nano. So that's my point actually. So the fact that you know how to do Wall Glitch, the fact that you know how to, like, I promise you, you're already better than half of this room, straight off the bat, straight away. Because other people just can't do it in tier 1. So yeah. Yeah, and stuff like this is what I mean, like small driving errors. But you know this. So yeah, I say just focus on your driving. Focus on like avoidance, stuff like that. And trust me, obviously like work on your right usage in the sense that make it get better. But your right usage is probably one of the best parts of your gameplay, I think. So that's already very good, which is good. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want me to like look at or say, but yeah, that was iMeow's review. Yo, thanks Rock Dude, I appreciate that, man. So yeah, I'm probably gonna like cut this stream off here. So yeah, so this was iMeow's review. As always, like, if you want your review to be done and you're gold 1 or under, then feel free to DM me on Discord. The reason I don't do above gold 1 is just because I'm gold 2 myself, and I feel like it would be wrong to kind of pick up plays of people that are better than me on paper anyway. So yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, boys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll probably stream again if I get another review. So cool. GG's boys.